Have you ever thought about getting a life coach? How do you know if a life coach is best for you? Well, joining us this morning to coach us through these questions is Jessica. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Hometown Living, Jessica. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, for those that are hearing about, life coach and they want to know what it is, talk to us about, what a life coach is and what do you all do?
Absolutely. So there's different types of life coaches. Some are career coaches, some health coaches. Specifically, I am a mindset coach. So they help you achieve personal or professional goals that you might be wanting to acquire. And they help you take the steps, they help you with strategies, and just overcome obstacles that you might be facing in that moment of your life.
And talk to us about, how did you get started with this? What made you want to become a life coach?
Yeah, so I found my life coach. She was from California. I was through Instagram, and I realized that professional and personal development was something that I really loved. And so something that really helped me was the way that she thought, the way that she created her life, just overcoming limiting beliefs. And so I felt stuck at that point in my life, and I knew I needed a change. I knew I needed something different. So I started looking into what is a life coach? What do they do? How do they teach you or show you to get to the level that you want for your life?
Yeah.
So I started this about, 4 or 5 years ago, I believe. And I've been invested in it ever since.
And so you had mentioned, mindset coach, and sometimes you can often get in your head negatively.
Absolutely.
So, how does that create results in your life?
Yes. So when we have over 60,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of those are negative. So it's learning to reframe those negative thoughts into more helpful, more positive thoughts. But it's a train of practice, right? Our brain is a muscle. So we have to practice that on a daily basis. So our thoughts create our emotions. So emotions then create our actions, and our actions then create the results in our life. So if we think negatively all the time, we're going to have negative emotions, which is going to cause our actions to be maybe not the greatest, right? And then the results in our life is what comes our way.
Yeah, and you have to have confidence to overcome these negative thoughts. Why is that so important to build confidence?
Absolutely. It's the inner belief in yourself, right? Whether Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Because your belief in yourself, the way that you think, the way you talk to yourself, really builds that inner confidence to take the actions that you need or that you want for your life.
Yeah, and walk us through, what does a typical session look like with you, Jessica?
Absolutely. So there's different things that we work on. A lot of what is just the limiting beliefs, overcoming so much of the negative self-talk, overcoming so much of what we thought we believed we were, who we were, and it's overcoming those beliefs and then taking those strategies and those skills and the strengths that you have already, because everybody has that within them. So it's allowing ourselves to really think through and question what is it that is really ours and what's not ours.
And for someone that's watching, how do they know when they need to maybe take the steps into getting a life coach?
A lot of the times is you're feeling stuck. You're meant for more. You want something different for your life. You know that there's some intuition in you telling you there's something better for me. I know this can't just be it. So a lot of the times that's what speaks to people is I know I want to be more confident, and the intuition just speaking to them, telling them they want to have something more, be something more. And so it's that intuition that tells them that it's time to change. It's time to choose somebody that can kind of guide them through that and ask them questions or find that inner confidence in them already.
Yeah, and as a life coach, Jessica, what does the future look like for you when it comes to helping others?
I love hosting events. So I do workshops. I'm a speaker as well. I have a podcast host. I'm a podcast host. And so I do a lot of events. I do workshops, a women's group that we just kind of try to get women to meet, connect, grow, empower one another, and really just uplift one another when it comes to achieving personal, professional, or just inner confidence and belief in themselves. So continue to grow. That is my biggest thing. Is I want to just build a huge community of women where we all empower and help one another.
Yeah, well, Jessica, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Hometown Living. And I need to borrow those shoes, Jessica, please.
Thank you so much. Anytime. Thank you.
To book a session with Jessica, check out your screen. You can visit her website, or you can give her a call at 219-778-6475, and you can check her out on Facebook.